Welcome to day 7 of the Steam Summer Sale 2013. Please remember to only buy games that are on the daily deal or on a flash sale. The Dead Island series is 50 to 75% off. In this first-person co-op action RPG, the focus lies heavily on melee combat, until the game changes that and throws guns at you from left and right. This game isn't good. The quests are boring: slay X zombies, collect Y canister of fuel, etc. The zombies will always spawn at the same place. This is pretty annoying because the game really likes to order you to travel back and forth between the same place over and over again. Weapons you can find have stats and need to be repaired. Both is quite annoying because you can't really compare items without having to go through the whole menu over and over again. And repairing is totally pointless thanks to how fast weapon will break and how much it costs to get them into good condition again. It's smarter to just throw away those broken weapons and pick up new ones on the way, which, like zombies, respawn constantly. In a nutshell, this is Borderlands with zombies and without the toilet humor. The second game is just more from the first one, just with a different setting. If you still want to give this game a try, just buy the first one. The second one is still a bit expensive even though it has Steam trading cards. In Tropico 4, Steam Special Edition, you play as El Presidente in your own little banana republic. In this city building game you build your own empire, try to be liked by all the factions of your island and your benefactors like the US and Russia, and fight for your life against rebels or other candidates in the upcoming election. This game is great and with 80% off really cheap. Be aware though, they cut out quite a bit of content and offered it as DLC, which ramps up the price of the game quite a bit. The content you get when you have all the DLCs is great, but individually it's quite bad. I would recommend to buy the base game, and if you really like it, go get the DLC. The game also has Steam trading cards. Ace of Spades is 75% off, has Steam trading cards, and was once a free-to-play game until it got bought by a company that didn't really understand how to keep a game balanced. Originally it was a Minecraft-esque game where you had, depending on the game mode, your own base to defend. You could choose classes that could attack or defend. Defending classes could place blocks to improve the defense of their bases. This sounds cool. Have a map, give them time to build their forts, walls or whatever they think will help them to defend, and then try to attack, break through the other line and win. Now this company thought it would be cool to add a unit that can just get past all of those defenses. They added a unit with a jetpack and a rocket launcher. This class killed the whole idea. Please avoid this game. Evoland is a game that shows you how the RPG genre has evolved over time in terms of gameplay and graphics. If this is all what the game has to offer, I would recommend to wait. 50% off also isn't all that much of a discount. Please look up some reviews if you really consider buying it. The Mount & Blade series is an open-world third-person action game with RPG elements. You start depending on your created character somewhere in the world. You are the leader of your own army. You have to recruit units, give them equipment, feed them to keep up the morale, and then you can decide what you want to do. Join one of the 5 factions that are in constant war with each other? Be independent and try to create your own empire? It's up to you. Mount & Blade Warband is amazing. Because the way this game handled the open world feature, you can play this game for hundreds of hours without getting bored. The only point that can people turn away from this game was made by 2 people and the graphics aren't all that good, but they aren't terrible. For this price, you should really give Mount & Blade Warband a try. It's 75% off. Fallen Enchantress, Legendary Hero, is 66% off and has Steam trading cards. This strategy game gets often compared to the Civilization series, but it's supposed to be poorly designed. With this discount it might be worth to look up some reviews and user opinions on the Steam hub. Deus Ex: Human Revolution is a third-person and first-person action RPG, which is worth getting called a sequel to the first one. This game is one of the big ones of the last couple of years. The story is interesting, the game offers exploration and many kinds of playstyles. The only minus point are the boss fights. For some reason, they outsourced those to a company that didn't know for what kind of game they had to do those boss fights. Fighting them can be a bit frustrating because they aren't really made for every playstyle, but those bosses aren't the main focus of the game. For 85% off, this is an amazing price. I would recommend the complete pack to get some bonus items and an extra adventure. Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition is a third-person action adventure with RPG elements. To be honest, I will say nothing about this game beyond that it's challenging and 75% off. The moment I try to say why I dislike this game, the video will get invaded by fanboys that see the need of defending their favorite video game because someone on the internet doesn't like it. Grand Theft Auto 4 is 75% off and without a doubt worth the price. Thanks to the graphics, the game looks a whole lot more realistic and the controls are way better than what we were used to in the GTA 3 series. Not counting the handling for cars, but that can be fixed with a simple mod. People complain about that this game is way too serious. Yeah, have you played the previous games again recently? Those aren't crazy clown shoes on a purple dinosaur like you imagine. I think that this game is like the previous ones on that point. The only negative point I have is the protagonist. Nico isn't the most likable character. Even though I think it's worth the price, I have to mention that this game has games for Windows Live. If you are affected by this bad program, then you should obviously avoid it. Otherwise, go grab it. Actually, go grab the complete pack. It's an amazing series for a really small price. Batman Arkham City Game of the Year Edition is a third-person action-adventure. With 75% off, this is even more of a steal than it is without any kind of discount. Both Batman games show how to do a superhero game right. Setting, fighting, upgrade, pacing, atmosphere, side quests and collectibles. There is not a thing I don't like. There is just one thing I would like to recommend. Buy and play Batman Arkham Asylum first, because the story is connected and will be continued in Arkham City. Left 4 Dead 2 is a first-person co-op shooter made by Valve. It was already featured on day 1, but I would like to expand on what I said. Depending on what you want out of a zombie game, Killing Floor and Left 4 Dead 2 are the best zombie games on PC right now. 4-player co-op or 8-player verse is such a blast. For 75% off, this is a must-have. It also has Steam trading cards. Lego, The Lord of the Rings, tells the story of the first 3 movies. The Lego series is well known for being really good, and this game is no exception. If you're a fan of Lego or The Lord of the Rings and like to play through it again, be it alone or in co-op, buy it. Even though I would only recommend to buy it on Steam right now if you just want this game alone. Game.co.uk once offered a Lego Super Bundle, which included both Lego Batman, Lego Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings game for a price that was a bit above the price that Steam wants for Lego Lord of the Rings alone. If you want to have all 3 series, I would recommend to wait for this offer to go on sale again. War of the Roses. Kickmaker took the Mount and Blade combat system and made it into a huge close combat multiplayer game. Against Chivalry, Medieval Warfare, it can't compete though. The combat feels, unlike Mount and Blade, really floaty, which lets the combat turn into a random spam fest. With a discount of 35% though, you might want to give it a try. It also has Steam trading cards. Gunpoint is a fairly new 2D stealth and hacking indie game. Next to the unique hacking mechanism, you also have the ability to jump from ridiculous heights thanks to some special new trousers. This game is really cool but kinda short. Only 40% off is understandable, but because of the length of the game, I'm not sure whether or not I can recommend it right now. With a higher discount, this game would be a must-have. And this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please remember that you can still get the deals from last day. They are still available for another 24 hours.